Hey there everybody, Swamp Cleaner here, back with another video for you. I hope you guys liked the past couple of videos because I have more collabs like that coming down the line and we'll see some fresh faces, and if everything turns out great, we'll make a regular show of it, so stay tuned, more of that to come up in the future. But today I want to talk to you about a couple things. One being probably one of the biggest scandals that is ever to erupt in U.S. history. The fact that Democrats are going nuts over this because Elon Musk is exposing all of this in front of the public's very eyes, and Alex Jones being right once again. So let's strap in because it is a crazy, crazy day. Now, first off, we're going to start off with USAID. What is USAID? USAID. When you first think of that, you're thinking, USAID. Sounds like you're just, helping people out around the world, right? Well, kinda. That's what the perception is. That's what they want to make you think. Because USAID has nothing to do with aid per se. The acronym stands for the United States Agency for International Development, which means it is pretty much like a front group for the U.S. government, mainly at the behest of the State Department, to shape international politics, finances, opinions in America's favor. And it was created at the executive order of John F. Kennedy in 1961 after the passage of the Foreign Assistance Act from Congress. And this allows the United States to mold and shape geopolitical situations in favor of the United States. And it was always created with the best intentions in mind, right? But of course, we all know what happens when you have the best intentions in mind. Some of the worst things imaginable in history can happen off the best intentions. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, as they say. And at this point, the USAID has been captured by the establishment, global elites, and rabid ideologues to make it now serve their purpose. And it ends up creating a lot of problems around the world, to at the point where at this point you hear about America giving aid to all these countries around the world, but then at the same time everybody hates America. Why is that? Well, it's probably because of all this stuff, because Elon Musk and his Doge team went in there, kicked over some rocks, and at the very offset we are finding out at the just scratching the surface about how nefarious this stuff can really be, and it's not a good look. It's really, really disappointing. Even though it's like an open secret, we all know that the government and pretty much the CIA, because the USAID was pretty much the front group for the CIA to do the overseas wheelings and dealings and all this good stuff. But it's really disappointing to actually now have proof in what we've been saying, the conspiracies. Like, what was it? What was the phrase? How long does it take for a conspiracy to become reality? Oh, give it, what, 6 months? There you go. Yeah, that's about an average right now, isn't it? All the things that were claimed to be like, oh, that's not true. Oh, it can't have happened. Oh, no, no, no. You're allowed to go clean up your houses after the fire. No, you're not. See, all these things are now turning out to be true, and some of this is very sad and very disconcerting. And so I've compiled a list of key points about what's happened and what's been funded from the USAID. And to be honest, I wrote down some of these points before I actually found out that they were true, because it's just too easy. For example, the one I have on my screen, the USAID funded USCBB in its efforts to drive mass illegal immigration into the United States. So the USAID was funding NGOs that were helping support the mass immigration of the United States. And I wrote that as like the third point on my list, and that was before I knew it. Here's some other key points that I wrote down. USAID funded activist groups that sparked the Maidan coup in Ukraine in 2014. And that's not the only coup they sponsored. Many more around the world, such as in Serbia, elsewhere. Apparently, they like to do it in Eastern Europe for some reason. Topple governments there. I don't know why. They must have some kind of, I don't know. What is it? Do they have something for the Slavic people? I don't know. But yeah, they fund activist groups to stir the pot and make propaganda to either go be positive for a regime, go against the regime, destabilize the outside force, or either destabilize the majority, destabilize the minority, to either keep somebody in power or remove somebody from power. So, and it's all under the guise of what's best for American interests. Okay, next up. So I'm going to skip the illegal immigrant invasion because we've already touched that. The U.S. was funding the production of opium in Afghanistan. Okay, good job. Because now what we're doing is we're just feeding into the drug war that we claim to be fighting. See, it's all just a big circular money laundering, because most of this time when the money is funded to NGOs or activist groups, a chunk of that goes back to the government and back to politicians, mainly Democrats. Because as you'll see further on here, the USAID helped NGOs who funded in turn PACs which were biased towards the Democrats. We had the USAID helped fund the Clinton Foundation in its efforts to help Haiti. We all remember what happened in Haiti, right? Just some human trafficking, that's all. Just a little bit of human trafficking, that's fine. USAID funded NGOs that supported the BLM movement, which caused widespread damage in numerous U.S. cities. Yes, they didn't just go foreign, they went domestic. USAID funded biological research, including EcoHealth Alliance's work at the Wuhan lab, conveniently through a third party, universities. So they would give grant money to universities. The universities would give that money to EcoHealth Alliance, and then EcoHealth Alliance would go off to the Wuhan lab and start brewing in their cauldron. U.S. funded NGOs who lobbied for the prosecution of Trump and his allies, including J6ers. Yes, your tax dollars went to try to put Donald Trump, your president, in jail. Wrap your head around that one. The USAID funded journalists and news networks who pushed the negative narrative of Trump on to the public. So they would perpetuate. So not only would they try to prosecute him, but then they would also pay off journalists to write hit pieces on Rudy Giuliani. Why would a journalist get $20 million to do that? See, USAID directors knowingly approved grants that went to organizations tied to terror networks, such as Hamas. They, even if it was even knowingly, even if they knew it was fraudulent at the time, they just rubber stamped and greenlit the grants to the tunes of hundreds of or dozens of billions of dollars. What was it, like, close to $100 billion, something like that? I mean, that might be a drop in the bucket, but that's year after year after year after year. And it's been corrupted since at least, I would assume, the late 80s, because, I mean, it wouldn't be far-fetched to assume that U.S. aid was used to help the Contras down there, right? I'm sure Reagan didn't mind using U.S. aid. Reagan wasn't all he was cracked up to be, okay? Just remember that. All this is in flux as Elon Musk and Doge keep digging. And they're just... And this is on top of the $500 billion of knowing of fraud that is known to have happened to the United States government, where, like, there's $500 billion that just went poof year on over year. And that's on top of the $1 trillion of waste that the government does. So there's $1.5 trillion that's just either waste or poofed already. And then you have the USAID also wasting a ton of U.S. taxpayer dollars. Them and NED, the endowment for democracy, the National Endowment for Democracy, which is supposed to spread democracy around the world. Yeah, how's that going? Not too well now, is it? Now, in response to all the digging Ooh, careful. Ooh, ow, I might. Ow, 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 ow.
Take this!
Ouch, that hurt. Sorry. That is what you get. These are the reactions. You know you hit a nerve when you have Democrats pretty much saying, shut down the city, we're at war. Dang, these autoplays. Come on, Elon Musk, fix the autoplay, please. But this is what you're getting here. You have Democrats saying, we are at war. And they wanted to tell us that our rhetoric was incendiary. But look at what you get here.
We will not take this. We will fight back. And as I close out, because I know we've been out here for a long time, and God damn it, shut down the city. We are at war. Anytime a person can pay $250 million into a campaign and they be given full access to the Department of Treasury of the United States of America.
Okay, so I'm sorry if you couldn't really hear that because she's just screeching, but she said if somebody could pay $250 million into a campaign and get access to the United States, that's not like democracy. And so she's insinuating that Elon Musk bought his way into the Treasury and bought his way into the USAID to skulk around and find out and extract money for himself. He's a billionaire. He's like, what, the richest person on the planet? Why does he need... He's not going to steal from the United States. It doesn't make any sense. And then you have them saying... They're starting to chant, lock him up, lock him up. Remember, hypocrisy. Oh, God, lock her up. But now they wanted to just lock Elon Musk up for doing his job.
Lock him up.
Oh man, dude. Then of course you got Jamie Raskin here. He's not mincing any words here either, apparently.
Are you willing to fight day and night, dawn and dusk, to fight Elon Musk?
I do like he had to put that little rhyme in there. I mean, half of this is all theatrics too, but I mean, some of these people are unhinged. I'll show you a Crockett, Ratchety Crockett coming up. I'll show you her in a second.
And take our government back.
Okay, he's actually the most milquetoast of them all. These other ones are actually pretty radical here. Like, here we go. Here's Crockett.
Frustrated. But let me tell y'all something. I know some of y'all have been frustrated. And you've been saying, where Democrats? Where are our leaders? Well, I'm here to tell you that we ain't never left y'all. All right? We are here. We are also going to make sure that they uphold the law. We are not going to sit around while you go ahead and desecrate our Constitution, or you look at the laws that have been passed.
Look at a mirror.
Into law and say, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Instead, we are going to be in your face, we are going to be on your asses, and we are going to make sure
we're going to hold you accountable.
We're going to make sure you understand what democracy looks like.
Oh, where have I heard that? This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Oh yeah, wasn't that what the Antifa people were chanting in 2020? Summer of Love, mostly peaceful, fiery, protests.
This ain't it. So let me tell you something, Mr. Trump.
The arrogant disrespect.
You gonna learn a few lessons from us. And I'm gonna be the first one. You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out, all right?
Oh, because we effed around? See, now, I wouldn't say this is, except for the we are at war thing, which could be the most thing, that is a veiled threat a little bit. These people are unhinged. Why are they just so rabid? These people need to calm down. I mean, just because your cash cow piggy bank, your kickback central is getting frozen, and you're not going to get those checks every month now. You're going to have to figure out another way to make your money. Because remember, why is it that the average salary of a congressman is like on the high end of like the tens of thousands, yet after you could be in Congress for maybe like 3 terms at 6 years and come out a multi-millionaire? How is that even possible? And then these people want to give themselves raises too. There is the audacity that these people have to project this whole fascistic label onto Trump and Elon Musk and co. And they say that, woo, we didn't elect Elon Musk. Well, no, you didn't elect Elon Musk. We elected Donald Trump. And Donald Trump told us that he was going to have Elon Musk go into the government and root out all this malfeasance, all this corruption, all this wasteful spending. And look what he's doing. It's been, what, 3 weeks? 2 weeks. Just over 2 weeks since Trump's been in office. And he's done all this. And the Democrats are this wound up. He's doing something right. He's pushing the buttons. He's making them squeal. They're not tapping out, but they're definitely going, ah. They are reeling from this. They are nuts. But I want to end this video on the fact that Alex Jones was right yet again. When he was saying all those years that he was under surveillance, that the government was actually like monitoring him and trying to go after him. Why do you think that he had all these bogus lawsuits against him? And we had those undercover videos from James O'Keefe about how the CIA was putting their thumb on Alex Jones. Well, now comes out with they had a FOIA request that they put in, and it's now been a lot of it is redacted, but it's been given back to them. InfoWars has the proof that they were designated as a national security threat or a terrorist organization because of how the definitions that the Obama administration labeled conservatives, and by the definitions that they put in there, you're labeled as national security threat, which means they could be surveilled without their knowledge. They could get their phones tapped, they could get all their stuff combed through. They could even have spies embedded into their employees, and they would be none the wiser. So they've been vindicated because they were classified as assessed level 3, which means national security risk. And because they haven't broken any laws or anything, the only thing that can be considered a national security risk would be if you're a terrorist organization. So that's the only way that they were listed as national security threat, because they were being considered a terrorist organization. InfoWars. Alex Jones. The guy who loves memes. The guy who maybe likes women a little bit too much. Come on, everybody. This is nuts. The corruption, the malfeasance, the lawlessness that needs to be uncovered is going to keep getting bigger and bigger. We've only scratched the surface here. USAID, thank God it's been shut down. Hopefully it gets shut down. That Chuck Schumer is crying on the Senate floor saying, what's next, the IRS? Yes, Chuck. That's what I like to hear. They don't get it. They think that this is not what we want, or what why do you think we voted for this? More, please, more. Just like where it's like, oh, Mr. Trump, we're winning so much. Please, there's just too much winning. Are we going to stop winning anytime soon? Trump's like, no. We are not going to stop winning. No, listen, Harry, listen to me. So I'm cleaner. We are not going to stop winning. We're going to win more and more and more every day for the American people, because we are going to make America great again. Understand? Yes, Mr. President. Yes, please. Can I have some more? Please, sir. May I have some more? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like. Drop a subscription. Click that button. You know what to do. And More is coming up for collabs in the future, and I will let you know about what's going on. Hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you later. Swamp Cleaner, bye.